Hello and welcome to another trigger tutorial. This tutorial will cover how to do repeating random events. Many maps have random events and it is a great feature. However, most of them have the same flaw, which is if the same event is picked multiple times, it will fail to fire after the first time. This technique will show you how to set up random events quickly and easily, but in a way that they can repeat. The principle is that we use a kesvar to pick the event, and the events will be numbered 1 to n, where n is the number of events you have. Kesvars by default start at the value 0, and so if events check for their value being picked, none of them will fire. When we want to fire such an event, all we do is we pick a value and it will fire the event that matches that value. Each of the events that fire will be on loop and set the value back to 0 so they do not repeat immediately. This allows them to be continuously refired whenever you wish. I'm going to show you that principle first and then tie it together at the end to make it into a full random event system. Okay, so first we're going to insert an event picker. This is what's going to pick our random events. For now, let's just keep it simple and have a looping trigger where it's going to fire every few seconds, like so. In here, we're going to just pick an event by randomizing a kesvar. We're going to call the kesvar event, and we're going to say there are 3 events, so we'll pick a number from 1 to 3. Now, each of the events you want is a loop-in trigger. We're going to call this one event 1. We're going to loop it, and the key is we want to check that the kesvar value event is set to 1 for the first event. As the first effect, we want to set the event back to 0. Then we can do whatever we want for the event. So this one, let's grant a god power of, say, tornado. Let's make another random event. We check if the event required is 2, and this time let's army deploy. And finally, let's have a third event. This time, let's make it play a sound. Okay, this is our basic structure. We've got an event picker that constantly picks an event of 1 to 3, and then the moment the value changes, one of the events will fire and set the value back to 0. This can repeat indefinitely. Let's give it a go. Take a while to load. Sometimes it does on my machine. Here we go. So 5 seconds in, it should be an event. There we go. We received a tornado. What we're going to get next? We had the sound play. Let's see what happens next. We had the sound again. So as you can see, the same event can fire multiple times. We've got the sound 3 times in a row. Let's see if we can get the... Yeah, there we go. We've got the antibite to spawn. And this will just continue. So, now that we have done the basics, let's turn it together by quickly adding an event timer. So let's begin by adding a countdown, which we can call timer. This will provide a countdown timer that we can use to show how long it's going to be before a custom event starts. We can just do this using a normal counter. So let's just make it a quick one of 10 seconds and say random event. Then we can add a message, say to warn the user that an event is going to occur. We'll fire this from the timer. And here we can have some overlay text which will warn of the event. So random event. Oops. And then finally, we can then fire the timer that we prepared earlier, the event picker, sorry. Event picker will change the timer to be a shorter one, so it just comes 3 seconds after the message initially fires. And here we pick the event. Now, the timer itself, the event picker, we don't want that to loop anymore because it's going to be fired from an external source, so we need to get rid of the loop. And instead, what we want to do is to fire the original timer. If you pick a trigger to fire event, the game turns active off. However, in this case, we actually want it active, so we'll put it back on again. So, to summarize, we've got the timer. The timer will run initially. It will start the timer countdown, which fires the event message. The event message will warn that there's a random event, and then fire the event picker. The event picker will pick an event by randomizing, and then fire the timer to begin over. Each of the 3 events will monitor the Kessfile event, checking for its value, and whichever value is picked will trigger the event and set the value back to 0. Let's give the whole thing a try. So now we have a timer in the top right, which is counting down for when the random event occurs. And we have random event message, and here we go. We received an AnyByte. Countdown's going again, so we're going to get another random event in a moment. Here we go, random event. We receive a tornado. So as you can see, this provides a nice, quick and easy way to do random events, and hopefully it should be obvious that you can continue adding these events to as many as you like. I hope this tutorial has been helpful, and keep a lookout for more tutorials, and have a great day.